Hello and welcome to Letterbox Book Club. My name is Lily.
And I'm Dash.
And today we'll be discussing David Leviathan's and Rachel, was it Cohen?
Yep.
Cohen. Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. I believe that's the correct title.
I always thought it was just Dash and Lily, but that's probably because Netflix.
I suppose the past couple of weeks when we've been messaging each other about this, it's just been, are we doing Dash and Lily? Is it Dash and Lily?
Definitely.
Yeah, so.
Take it away. I guess I'll start with the blurb. I've left some clues for you. If you want them, turn the page. If you don't, put the book back on the shelf, please. So begins the latest whirlwind romance from the best-selling author... Oh my god, let me start again. I've left some clues for you. If you want them, turn the page. If you don't, put the book back on the shelf, please. So begins the latest whirlwind romance. From the best-selling authors of Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, Lily has left a red notebook full of challenges on a favourite bookstore shelf, waiting for just the right guy to come along and accept its dares. But is Dash that right guy, or are Dash and Lily only destined to trade dares, dreams, and desires in the notebook they pass back and forth at locations across New York? Could their in-person selves possibly connect as well as their notebook versions? Or will they be a cosmic mismatch of disastrous proportions?
Lovely. Fantastic.
Thanks.
Alrighty, thoughts, feelings, emotions for this Christmas special book.
So I read this book first a long time ago. I read the book and then Netflix released the limited series, and now I've gone back to read the book again, and I was getting very confused because I think I was putting like elements from the series into my mind that, oh, this is in the book. So I kept waiting for things to happen and they weren't happening. And then when I was reading, I said I had like 2.5 hours left in the book, and then it just finished and I was like, oh, is that all? So I enjoyed it. It's a good start to Christmas. It's easing me in. I love Christmas. I love the Christmas season. I love romance at Christmas. I love white Christmases. I love New York in Christmas. So it's ticking a lot of boxes for me. I have qualms that will come up later, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was just an easy chill. It's like 220 pages or something.
Yeah, it's a small boy book.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny you say how you like the idea of like a white Christmas. When living in Australia, it's in summer and it's fucking hot and it's miserable.
It's hot.
A lot of the time.
As we speak, it's about 100 degrees.
Yeah, no. But yeah, thoughts, feelings, emotions. Yeah, I suppose with Christmas books, it's always like a, whimsical, magical-esque fairy tale vibes. Like, nothing can really go wrong or everything works out in the end, which is fine because we need that bit of like joy in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was a very interesting book. In the adventurous scheme of things, like, frolicking around New York.
I love scavenger hunts.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. Yeah, it's a good little scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoyed it, and it was, I suppose, this is from like 2 point of views, Dash and Lily's point of view. Dash's point of view seemed very like intellectual, and it made me feel quite dumb at times. And then, at the same time, Lily herself shows a little bit of, like, immaturity at times. But so it's a bit of a balance in that respect. I enjoyed it. It was a fun, warm, cozy, and a little bit absurd towards the end with the whole, like, being in jail thing and, the child kidnapping and catching shit. Like, I was like, what? This is a bit far-fetched.
Very confused. It's like one of those, what happened to the original plot of the movie?
Yeah, I know. Like, it seemed like they didn't have... It didn't seem like a lot of scavenging around.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, and obviously goes through different themes of like perception, the perception of like book Lily versus real Lily, and then book Dash versus real life Dash, and like expectations, and like they have deep conversations about like meaning and all that stuff. So, which was very.
And I also really enjoy. I know we've spoken about this before in House of Night. How I think it gives us like Dash on the 23rd of December, like that whole chapter, and then it goes back and it gives us Lily on the 23rd of December. So we're getting both point of views, like we're seeing what's happening
on each day
at the same time. Yeah,
and I loved the little timeline because it's all lead up through Christmas and the Christmas time. I think from Christmas until like New Year's, obviously. Yeah. And obviously we learn of like Lily and Dash's, interpersonal relationships with their parents and stuff like that, which is very convenient how lots of families are away, leaving their children unsupervised.
Their teenage children.
Yeah, the 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds.
Well, in Lily's scenario, though, she's with her older brother, who I'm assuming is college age, so she's with an adult. But Dash just lied to his parents. He played them. Yeah, he said because his parents are divorced, he told his mum that he was staying with his dad, and he told his dad that he was staying with his mum.
Yeah.
And it's very convenient that it was a messy divorce and his parents don't talk. So
Yeah, and we see glimpses of how Dash and his father talk to each other and how he feels about his father.
Yes.
Very attitude-like, teenage attitude.
Yeah, teenage attitude, yeah.
But at least his mum gives him presents and dad doesn't, apparently.
Yes.
So, obviously a lot of issues there.
Yes.
Kicking on into the plot proper, I guess. You're very good at explaining things, so you could...
So Lily wants a romance for Christmas. Like, she wants...
Does she... Her brother pushes in the mind.
Yeah, so
you need
her
a
brother,
boyfriend.
came up with that. Yeah, because her brother wants her out of the house
Yeah.
because he wants to have his boyfriends over.
Also, what a name. Langston.
Langston, yeah. Like, I like Langdon,
Yeah.
but like Langston, I can't get behind. That's a last name.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so been a while since I choked on the podcast.
It's going to be a good one.
Wow. Anyway, so Langston comes up with this idea of writing like these dares in this notebook and then leaving it on a shelf in her favourite bookstore. So then someone like finds it and has to like do all the clues and then leave it for her. And so it's really cool. I really like this idea.
Yeah. It just makes you think, like, how do you get away with something like that? Like, organising people, but then again...
Yeah, but then it's because, like, it's all her family members.
Yeah. But it's also with that type of thing, I'm like, because like I lose just like the fiction of it. It's like, I think, well, how does this logically work out?
Yeah,
but then it's like,
yeah.
I need to remove myself from that and just accept that it's a fun fantasy fictional book.
Yeah.
And that, who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, Dash finds this book and it's it's got like a clue. You have to figure out it's empty. It's blank words though, and he has to find all these words in different books. And it's like French pianism.
It's like gay sex one.
Yeah,
or something.
Fat Hoochie Prom Queen, and like the joy of gay sex.
Yeah.
The words, the like question in the book is different to the question in the show.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
Because what was it? Do you remember?
Do you remember in the book what it was?
Oh no. It was just... No, I don't remember.
On the show, it's Are You Going to Be Lonely on Christmas?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a very sad, depressing question.
Yeah, and then in the book, I think it was like, Are you going to play
something like that.
daringly or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
something a lot more like adventurous as opposed to depressing.
Yeah, immediate change. And then also, I really enjoy discussing books when they have an adaptation.
Yes, because you can just point everything out.
Point everything out, yeah. And also this is, despite all the changes, I find that this is one of the most like accurate book to movie adaptations that I've ever watched or seen.
Yeah.
Which is good. And so the changes I agree with because they make more. And also because the book is a very short book. It's like a 2-hour read, whereas the show is 4 hours because it's 8 20-minute episodes.
Oh, I thought it was like going to be a 40-minute episode.
No, same as well. But then, I was watching it last night. And
then why not just do a movie?
I don't know. They like to space it out a bit. I don't know.
I feel like it would have been just better a movie.
So then Lily is like, tell me your like, what was your worst Christmas memory or something?
Yeah,
They
something
ask
like that.
questions of each other and they leave them. They leave them in places. And this is one of my qualms.
Okay.
Should we get into it straight
Okay,
away?
yes, tell me.
One of my qualms immediately is that she has family that happens to work in the places that he's going to like leave the book, so they're going to help out. But it's like, logistically, in what world, like, do you have all these family members?
You have a cousin that works at the bookstore. You have this person that works as a mall Santa.
Yeah.
And I forget what. But
and just like
her aunt is like a museum gallery person.
Yeah.
Because there's a Madame Tussauds. We love that.
So that was just like one of my qualms. I was like, how does this work?
That's the thing. That's the whimsical aspect of it. It's like, it's very convenient having all this extra assistance. And like, how do you strike up a conversation like, oh, I'm anonymously daring this boy to do shit for me, and vice versa. And it's like, It'd be very irresponsible of them to entertain this idea, but they do anyway.
They do anyway, yes.
Especially Mark, because towards the end, Mark is like begrudgingly doesn't like him.
Yeah.
But again, suspend disbelief. It doesn't matter. Everything works out.
Yes. Would you like to talk about it?
In terms of qualms, just, I don't know.
I feel like nothing happens in this book.
No, it's just a walk around, and then, both exes of each, not exes, but one an ex of Dash, Sophia, like, she comes into light, and then Lily meets one of her like all-time crushes, I guess.
Yeah.
Edgar, like he comes to light.
Yeah.
And you begin to think, oh, are they actually going to write it in a way where they Dash and Lily don't end up together? Because I thought that was quite an option. But there's not a lot of drama or anything. It's just I don't know. It's just a pleasant, whimsical, and absurd book towards the end. It's very charming in a way, I think. But yeah.
No, it ends very abruptly. So in the end, they do.
Yeah.
So at one point, like Dash dares Lily to go to this club, I guess, and there's like a band playing, and she is to give like the notebook to someone, but she chickens out. But she like her boot falls off, so it's very much a Cinderella moment.
Yes, that's what I thought. It was definitely Cinderella.
Yeah, and then through like this, the guy that she's with, like Edgar Thibault. I think it's Thibault. I say Thibault.
Yeah, I didn't even try and pronounce
he like
it in
puts
my
a
mind.
photo out or whatever. He's like, I'm trying to find her other boot, and then Dash knows Thibault.
Yeah.
So he ends up being like, oh my god, like he comes to the
I don't
club.
remember how they know each other.
I think they go to school together.
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
it's more explicit in the show. Anyway, but then Lily is drunk, so she
had 6 sips.
I know. She gives a terrible first impression to Dash, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much the drama of it. Like, the first perception of Lily is not this, like, intellectual writer, but, like, a drunken teenager.
Okay, so what everyone else doesn't know is that we've just taken a short break because James is being a baby, which is fine. But anyway, Beings, what are you doing? That is Claire's stuff.
Everything is happening.
Everything's happening. Everything is falling apart.
Not falling apart.
Yeah, so I believe we were talking about, you were talking about Lily's intellect on the page versus her drunk teenage girlness.
Yeah, and, like, the first impression that Dash has of her, and he painted this kind of picture in his head about who she is just based on what she's written and the dares that she has given him. And I suppose the same thing with Lily, vice versa. Because, yeah, they're both, in a way, on the pages as well, kind of yearning to have this somebody on Christmas, or, like, just to have this somebody that's fit just for them and for their mould and the pictures of each other that's in their head.
Yes, and I can understand the like romanticizing of Christmas time as well.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Wanting to have someone for Christmas, I get that. But
Yeah.
again, yes, they're teenagers.
Yeah, and I thought again, the whole Sophia being Dash's ex coming back would have had like a little bit of a significant role in terms of drama.
But I think, it was Dash who was kind of holding on, and then Sophia was like, well, no, like this wouldn't work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so in the TV show, you'll have to watch it. Dash.
I'll try to now that I know it's only 20 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
because when you said smash it out in a day or whatever, or we could watch it before this, I was like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Because I was imagining a 40-minute episode, so like that's half a day gone.
No.
20 minutes, just make the movie.
Yeah.
The movie has everything you need to do.
But it's 4 hours because there's 8 episodes. So unless you made 2 hour-and-a-half movies. Yeah. So in the movies, Dash and Lily go to that party. So Dash is invited, obviously, by Priya.
Okay, yeah.
And I think Lily is invited by Thibault.
Oh.
Yeah, but they both don't realise. Like, they haven't met at that point, and they don't realise. I don't think they say each other's name to each other.
I much prefer the book dare, following the book to the basement, to the club. I don't know.
No, they do that as well.
Yeah, but like, they don't know each other was invited is all, and that they could have crossed paths.
Yeah, and they don't know that they've crossed paths.
Yeah. Well, there is moments, like, there was a moment, I think, when Lily asked Dash about his worst Christmas or something. He goes on to talk about, the question was like, what do you see? And it's like, I see this building, I see this, I see that, blah, blah, blah. I could have seen you walking by, I could see you do this or whatever. It gives me that sort of vibe, but it's a shame that it's like in the basement, like the basement club scene.
Yeah, so, and then again in the show, because Lily has her carolers, she runs into Dash.
Oh.
Like, she bumps into him.
Organically. Did she know that it's Dash?
No, because he hasn't found the book yet.
Oh, right. And it's like, sorry, I ran into you, bye-bye.
And she's just like, Merry Christmas. And keeps walking. Yeah.
Again, I suppose they really have to stretch out this book.
Yeah.
For 8 episoes. Happy Advent Calendar Day.
Yes. Well, yesterday, but I forgot.
Oh, okay. Cool. But no, it's interesting because I just liked the whole, because she's 16 or whatever, she's sneaking out for like the first time, and she's going to an underage club or just a club, sneaking in.
I think
and the whole like handing the book off to these random dudes, like that just gives that air of adventure to it as well.
Yeah. In America, I guess this doesn't work because they're 16. I'm pretty sure if you're 18, you can get into clubs.
Just
but
can't drink.
Put, an X on your hand. And there's a lot of song references about like, with an X on my hand. Yeah.
Oh. Because I just make, being able to drink synonymous with going to bars and clubs and stuff. But
yeah. And there's lots of like, you'll see on TikTok as well, lots of people like, if you put like glue on your hand before you go out.
Okay.
And then when they put the X on your hand, you just peel it off.
Oh.
Yeah.
But surely even, like, in the real life sense, like, if the bartender has any doubt, they will ask you for ID anyway.
Yeah. But I feel like when I've gone out back in the day...
Gonna expose yourself.
No, I never went out underage. I never had a fake ID because I was too scared. Like, once I'm in the club, I don't get ID'd.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I suppose in a way it's like a
Because they
safe
check out the
assumption.
door, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess, yeah, it could be different. But again, perhaps a bartender may have a small air of doubt.
Yeah.
I suppose just confidence is key.
Yes. But, yeah, and then what did you think of, like, the whole extra storyline of, like, Dash, like, not attacking but having that snowball fight with
I
the
thought
kid?
it was just like, because it showed a bit of a different side to Dash, because like, I got really annoyed early on because he seemed just like a pathological liar. Because
Yeah.
it's like, Priya's like, oh, what are you doing for Christmas? I'm going to Sweden. I was like, all right, I can't come to my party then, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like the next day, oh, Sweden got cancelled. I'm like, why are you just making shit up?
I think, yeah, because he didn't want to see anyone.
And
like,
it's
he
very
does
fair.
come across, and I definitely have, like, been involved with these type of...
And then, yeah, they bond over their time in jail and all that stuff, and that's fun and fine and all, because that's the only time where they actually have a chance to get to know each other, because once, you know, it was kind of revealed that, obviously, Lily didn't make a good first impression, Dash is like, alright, I'm done now. Mm-hmm. Which is also kind of not fair, in a way.
Yeah.
In itself, because, you know... Yeah, again, with the whole him picturing her in his head and picturing her a certain type of way.
I think always though, like, you build people up in your head for things.
sure.
It's like, especially like if you're thinking about like a conversation that you're having with someone or whatever, like you try to envision like what they're gonna say because this is what you want to say, and then they don't say it, and like, oh fuck, like what am I meant to do now?
Yeah,
like,
you're almost like pre-scripting.
Yeah. I think one of the big qualms, and it's probably on me as well, is that we don't have like prom, and we don't have like homecoming and stuff like that, and like we don't have like these big like grand like white Christmas breaks or Thanksgiving, etc.
Or spring break.
Yeah, or spring break. Like we have term holidays. Like,
Term holiday.
Yeah.
And summer holidays.
Yeah, and summer holidays.
It's very, very blasé compared
Yeah.
to...
Because yeah, like American school like ends in June, I'm pretty sure of it, and like ends in June, starts in August because they have their summer off. So like it's very different, and then they have a break again over Christmas.
Yeah.
And then whole thing. But yeah, so I think that's one of my biggest qualms I have, is that these like over romanticized like gestures of like teen love and stuff. And I think a lot in American like literature and shows, like you find like the love of your life in high school or in college, and like these things just don't happen in real life, or like it's not like portrayed in Australian culture.
No, for sure. Although I would like to politely disagree in a way, because like I know people who I went to high school with, and they've been together since high school, and they're still together now. So like, I don't know.
Good on them. I don't.
So in a way,
I don't know anyone.
I know of, not really know, but anymore at
Didn't
least.
you go to the wedding?
Huh?
Didn't you go to their wedding?
This is different people I'm talking about.
Oh, really? Oh.
People.
And
Yeah.
what about those people? Are they still together?
Who's for you?
The people that got married at like 18. The people that went to your school.
Oh, hang on.
Yes!
Yeah, no. Yeah, but even still.
Okay.
As far as I'm
The
aware, they're
first
happy
people
little
didn't
family.
get together in high school though.
No.
It was after high
I
school.
know, I thought, yeah. Oh.
No.
I'm glad you remembered those people.
It was,
I was like, who the fuck are you on about?
yeah, well, it was just interesting.
But yeah, it's just funny, like, yeah, with American media and culture,
Yeah.
it's just, heavily, portrayed like the high school sweethearts move off together, they're soulmates, they live together for life. And funny how you say, like, you don't see anybody like that, but it seems like I've witnessed it with the people that I grew up with almost. But that's fine. Oh, I suppose it doesn't happen to everybody.
Anyway, so let's talk about the ending.
Yes.
Again, in what world would this happen? Like, I'm assuming her cousin worked at the bookstore.
Yeah.
But it's like, he doesn't, I'm assuming that
Oh,
he doesn't.
they rent out the bookstore and then they get stuck.
Yeah, well, they don't even
Yeah.
rent it out. He just unlocks it for them.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and it's like, how is this possible? Anyway, so, because Lily at one point asked Dash in the notebook, like, what do you want for Christmas? And he said, it's not possible, but I would love, like, an Oxford dictionary, but, like, the whole, like, compendium of them.
Yeah.
That's a big word for Elmo. Anyway, and then Lily, like, gets a favour from Mark, and they're in the basement of the bookstore. So on New Year's Eve, they go and spend New Year's Eve together in the basement of the bookstore, and they inevitably get locked in. And Mark's like, I'm not coming to get you until I get my sleep. Like, I'll come at 7 a.m. And she's like, so lol, you're stuck there. Was like cute, love that. Irresponsible. But that's fine. And then Dash and Lily finally kiss. And then Dash is like, it's 2 a.m. Like, I'm really tired. Like, we need to sleep. It's, like, fair. And then the next morning, like, they just get up and go.
Yeah, like,
yeah. I can't remember, like, the last line. I'll get it on my phone. That's when I messaged you, and I was like, oh, it ended. Like, I've finished.
Yeah. Again, ever since the dog incident leading up into jail, like, it was just absurd and kooky, and, like, yeah, it kind of lost me a bit.
Yeah.
And even, like, the basement was just the extra cringe in the cake. Like, of course they get locked in.
Yeah.
And they, of course they have a kiss. But, like, I suppose...
But also the whole, like, whole book has been leading up to that.
Yeah, like, there were moments throughout the book where Lily was, yearning for a kiss, whether it be from either Edgar or even Dash, so...
Okay, I'm going to read the last page.
Okay.
So I looked down at the red notebook sitting on Dash's lap. He must have woken up in the night while I was asleep and written in it. The pen was still in his hand and the notebook was open to a new page filled with his scrawl. He'd written out the word and meaning for anticipate, next to which in big block letters he'd written derivative anticipator. Below the word anticipator, he'd drawn 2 figures who looked like action heroes in a cartoon. The sketch pictured 2 caped crusader teens, a fedora wearing... Also, can we talk about Dash being described multiple times as wearing a fedora?
Yeah.
No, thank you. No. A fedora wearing boy and a girl with black glasses and wearing majorette boots, passing a red notebook between them, the anticipators, he'd labelled the drawing. I smiled and kept the smile on my face as I prepared to wake him. I wanted the first thing he saw when he opened his eyes to be the welcoming face of someone who liked him so much. Someone who on this new morning, in this new year, was going to do her best to cherish this new person, whose name she finally knew. I nudged his arm. I said, "Wake up, Dash."
Yeah.
And that's the end.
The end.
The end.
Like, where would you go from there for then to there be a conclusion?
I wanted to know if she was moving to Fiji.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because, like, poor Dash, like, his ex-girlfriend moved to Spain, and that's why they broke up, and now...
Poor guy.
Yeah,
history repeating itself.
Why would they do that again?
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I didn't even realise that.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose
And then, like, having Christmas with her parents, like, it would have been cool, like, Dash could have come over and, like, had Christmas with them or something. Like...
Yeah, look. Oof, that's a very good point. Perhaps we just never meant to know. Aren't there other Dash and Lily books?
Yes, there is.
That could reveal that sort of situation?
Let me look them up. Yes, there is. Dash.
Because, the whole point of Dash and Sophia is, like, they just couldn't do long distance. They couldn't deal with the fact they couldn't see each other.
The 12 Days of Dash and Lily. Let's see what this is.
If it's like they've been together for a whole year. It's a new Christmas.
Let's do a quick little... Here we go. We've got 3.4 stars.
Oh no. Ooh. Trash.
Trash. Has been a year.
Okay, so they've been dating for a year?
Dash and Lily have had a tough year since they first fell in love among the shelves of their favourite bookstore. Lily's beloved grandfather suffered a heart attack, and his difficult road to recovery has taken a major toll on her typically sunny disposition. With only 12 days left until Christmas, Lily's favourite time of the year, Dash, Lily's brother Langston, and their closest friends must take Manhattan by storm to help Lily recapture the unique holiday magic of a glittering, snow-covered New York City in December.
God damn.
Yeah.
I don't care that Grandpa had a heart attack. He was mean in this book.
200 pages has never felt more like 400.
Oh my god.
Well, poo. I didn't love this book as much as the first book. I think Dash and Lily's Book of Dares was so much better than this one. Lily having a hard time when her grandfather had a minor heart attack. There were also some other things going on in her life. It just didn't feel like the old Dash and Lily.
I suppose because it's such like a unique scavenger hunt Christmas book. Like, how do you top it?
Yeah, had some cute moments, but was too twee for me. I didn't get along with the writing style. First one was better because of the notebook format. I'd leave it as a standalone.
It's like that hard line where, you write a book, everyone's lovey-dovey, the relationship happens, and then people are yearning for, like, oh, we want an after, like, prognosis of what's going on with the characters. Like, we want the domestic moments, we want the, like, just the fluff. And then someone like, for example, Colleen Hoover writes the fluff and it's not good enough.
Alternate title, use your fucking words. I mean, first of all, the Australian covers of this duology are the most god-awful shit. Seriously, they're so ugly. We have Dash and Lily's Book of Dares at work and I can't persuade a single student to read it after months of trying. This one is depressing as hell and just flat out frustrating. Lily drove me absolutely nuts from start to finish. She expected Dash to be a mind reader and took things out on him and everyone around her when he wasn't. Seemed like the world's most naive 17-year-old.
She's 17, dude.
What with her refusal to use swear words and her decision to use her college money on a Christmas party.
Yo, hello.
The fact that the one Hispanic character has 4 lines and 3 of them are exclusively in Spanish.
Oh no. Ooh. Yikes.
They're not great.
Not great reviews. Again, maybe, you're trying to match to the whimsical fairy tale of the book.
I mean,
and the magic
you
of
could
it.
have just written, like...
An epilogue?
An epilogue, yeah. Oh, there's another one.
I swear there's like 3 or something. It's like a little series.
The Gap, Dash and Lily.
Oh.
Let's have a quick... This one got 3.6 stars.
Potential spoiler alerts. I don't know. Jeez, I don't care.
Oh, no.
What?
Dash and Lily were feeling closer than ever. It's just too bad they're now an ocean apart after Dash gets accepted to Oxford University and Lily stays in New York to take care of her dog walking business.
Oh my god.
And Dash breaks the news he won't be coming home from Christmas. Lily makes a decision. If Dash can't come to her, she'll join him in London. Okay, well, this one looks like it feels like it might be
worth it. It might be better than the other one.
Oh, it looked like Netflix was meant to continue the stories, but they didn't.
Oh.
I'm almost entirely convinced this book was written solely to bank off of the new Netflix series. It's been almost 5 years since the second Dash and Lily book came out. How convenient that the release of the third book corresponds with the premiere of the show.
I mean, it's a marketing technique and timeline. Go for it. But then you're going back to the whole like long distance thing. Like if, for example, Dash and Sophia didn't work out, and she was in Spain, how could Dash and Lily work out with Dash in England? So she doesn't end up going to Fiji. We just answered our questions.
Yeah, she stays in New York to look after her dog walking business. Okay, it seems like it's shit.
Yeah.
They're all shit.
But this book does have the whole notebook thing and the scavenger hunt. That's the charming and whimsical aspect of it. Yeah. And then it just kind of, where do you go from there and how do you conclude it? And it just got a bit, again, absurd.
Yeah, it got a bit
and
funny.
Kooky. And kooky.
Overall, I would say watch the series.
Oh, really? Don't read the book, watch the series.
Yeah, I think so. The book just falls flat for me. I enjoyed it, but it falls flat.
Yeah, just after the like, I suppose, Dash's disappointment in meeting her, it just probably goes downhill from there.
I think a lot of this, though, is that we've been reading adult books, and now we're reading all this YA.
Yeah, and different maturity shifts.
Maturities, and I just, can't put myself back. Like, again, at 17, I loved this book.
Yeah. At 20, soon to be 26, it's a no from you.
I got less than a week, baby.
I know, but like, in terms of, again, writing styles and stuff, yeah. See, that's probably what it's coming down to.
It's probably what it's coming down to, is that they're right. And it's like, and I don't want to, like, sexualize teenagers, but it's like, I need, a little bit of, like, something. Stuff. Yeah, the adult stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. But again, the book is still charming.
Yeah.
It's still charming.
It's charming. It's cute. We love it. We stand.
Do we want to quickly discuss just like the relationships with their parents, like Lily and her parents? Like, how convenient both parents, and they also sound very rich as well.
Yeah, so
everything's easier when you're rich.
Yeah, so Lily's parents never had a honeymoon, so they've decided to take one 25 years later. This Christmas, because of course, and like I feel like that's like the most expensive time. Yeah, to be traveling,
because like everyone will be jacking up airline prices and hotels and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they go to Fiji.
I feel like Fiji isn't that far away from part of my geographical ignorance. I feel like Fiji is not that far away.
I don't know.
Let me Google it so I don't
anyway, but also because I think it's implied that Lily's dad is in the military. Yeah, and so there's like a school there. Like a boarding school that they can send their kids to, so they don't have to pay expensive fees in like the States to send their kids there. So that's a whole thing. And then they but they weren't going to tell Lily that was a secondary part of their honeymoon. Like they were going to look at the schools and they were figuring things out. Yeah. Which like feels like
Fiji is closer to Australia than it is to like
which feels like a very big thing to be discussing with your child before you make that decision.
Yeah, for sure.
And also because like. If, they were to move there, again, why could she not just stay with Langston or Grandpa or her aunt?
Because they were talking about that, sorry to interrupt, multiple times.
Yeah,
in consecutive fashion. Like, I think they had a conversation, Langston's like, I'll stay here, look after the dog, because she seemingly adopts Boris. Yeah. And Langston's like, I'll be here for college anyway. So it's like, why couldn't they just live together? Yeah. And I think because Grandpa has a side plot where he's proposed to good old mate Mabel and she's rejected him, and he's wallowing in self-pity. And obviously his like perspective on like, we don't actually have to be married, we can still be life partners and just chill. Yeah. And like, her aunt seems to love Lily a lot and cares about her as if she's her own daughter. So like, why couldn't she stay with Auntie?
Yeah,
I don't get
Mrs.
it.
E
She has
doesn't.
options. She has options. She used these people to help curate the scavenger hunt, and yet they weren't.
Yeah, talking about how she's like, talking to her parents, and they're like, Merry Christmas, and she's like, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah,
It's like,
and that's
that's very the immature juvenile
and,
part of it.
and the whole like writing on the board. It's like, use your words, Lily. Like,
Sorry, I know I keep going back to the show, but it's a very good show, and it also has Austin Abrams, and I stan him forever. Anything that he's in.
Is that the guy who plays Dash?
Yeah.
Was he in I forget that Maya Hawke, Camila Mendez movie? I feel like he looks familiar. What's it called? Oh my god, what's it called? Revenge? No, Revenge?
Oh, Do Revenge.
Do Revenge, yes.
He was in that, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was in Chemical Hearts with,
Don't know that one.
with, Lily Reinhardt as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Getting amongst the Riverdale actors.
Yeah,
I
so
love it.
very good.
Versatile.
In 2020, well, he
'Cause,
made
yeah.
the rounds. He was in Paper Towns.
Oh. So he's very into like the YA, I guess.
Yeah, he's glorious.
Film adaptations.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's an arsehole in Do Revenge.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like, I wanted to fucking strangle that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just back to the relationships with the parents. Yeah.
Well, I had a point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in the show, Dash's dad comes back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Makes an
And
appearance.
he's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, and does anything
I
like,
can't
come
remember.
of
I
it?
have to watch it. I'll watch it today. So
Okay.
tonight.
Alright.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, with Dash and his parents, he seems to, like, absolutely adore his mum and his mum's partner, Giovanni. I believe that's the name. And they're off gallivanting around somewhere. And same with his dad and his new partner. I forget her name, but, like, yeah, they're off gallivanting as well, and I don't care. But, yeah, just, like, the way he calls him. And I think Lily even noticed when he called and asked him about, I forget what it was for, in the book. I think it was for the, I think it was in regards to all the news articles, maybe. And then Dash, like, Lily noticed that Dash, you know, his voice, you know, the cadence in which he speaks, like, was a bit quieter, a bit more like normal teenage, not a grandeur type of tone. And he's, like, slumped and he's feeling really down, so it goes to show that he really doesn't have a good relationship with his dad and probably doesn't want to talk to his dad.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Lily made that observation, and, yeah, it just sucks. I suppose that's what happens in a messy divorce.
Yeah.
And it comes across that his dad doesn't really kind of care about him because he didn't send any, like, Christmas presents or something like that. Because Dash made a smart-ass comment like, oh, thanks for the presents. Oh, wait, Mum sent them or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that sucks. I thought they were going to play a bit of a bigger role as well, but it's just I suppose the absence of them. And also, I think with Dash, there was a moment when he was writing in the Dares, he didn't want her to know his name.
Yeah.
Also, his name's like Dashiell.
Dashiell?
Like, what a name, though.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't want you to know my name because of all the stories.
I said like Dashel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know if that's correct though.
Dashiell. Dashiell? I don't know. But yeah, he's like, I don't want you to, like, know me from the stories.
You have to earn my name. Oh, no, because it was like, if I tell you my name, then, like, you'll be able to, like, Google me and, like,
and
social media
and I
stuff.
I didn't think of the social media. I thought that he did some, like, bad shit and, like, he has a bit of a reputation.
Oh.
I was like, what have you done, boy? Like, to warrant this sort of...
social media.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, my name is a connector of words.
Yeah.
Dash.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing about Dash. He is clever, and this book is too clever for me, I found, despite being YA. Very clever for me.
But again, like, it's so, like, reminiscent of, like, the guy who wears fedoras and walks around like he's better than everyone else, and he has this large vocabulary because he's better than everyone else. Yeah. He's arrogant. I just...
Could that just be a guy's from the messy divorce?
Got PTSD.
It could be his coping mechanism.
Maybe.
Poor guy. But yeah. And then, Lily with her parents, like, they're very involved because they're not divorced.
Yes.
And the whole news article stuff, you know, they're trying to tell her stuff and she's like, mute. It's like, oh my God. And then, you know, where was Langston and all of this? Like, they were very disappointed, but it goes to show, it seems to be who they are, because I think she's a research someone. Her job is like a very big time research person. There's my vocabulary, research person. And then her dad's implied in the military.
Yeah.
And so they seemed like a very strict and disciplined household.
Yes.
And this is the only time where Lily was able to kind of spread her wings and enter her little rebellious stage.
Yes.
And then Grandpa was just mean because because of his wallowing for Mabel.
Yes, she's like, she rejected my proposal.
And then she's also wise, Lily, as well, in a way, like, because she told Grandpa about, forget, like, what she said specifically, but...
I feel like it's very,
And that's where I find the balance of it all is really hard.
it's not Manic Pixie Dream Girl, but it's like the John Greenification of teenage girls.
Yes.
And I was telling you also before that David Leviathan did write a book with John Green.
Yeah.
So, and it is, again, reminiscent, take a shot every time I say that now, of the YA of that time.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
It was always like these like really interesting, intelligent girls and like these really interesting, intelligent boys. Like, and they were always like challenging each other to out intelligence each other. Like,
I get that.
Yeah.
And then they end up together happily ever after, almost, except for him looking for Alaska. Oops. But yeah, I get that.
Name. Well, anyway, watch the show.
Watch the show.
That's my advice for everyone.
Yeah. Also, I didn't think Lily was going to get spooked at the nightclub in order to panic and then not pass on the notebook. Because they'd gone through this whole journey, and I feel like she would do anything to hand over the notebook. And it's because she didn't trust the guy.
Yeah.
But she was able to trust every other stranger that she encountered. Right? It was weird. And yeah, it was like reminiscent of the Cinderella moment, finding the boot. Yeah. Like, that would have been so cool.
In the show as well, Lily and Boomer like have a little friendship going on as well. So
cute.
That's fun.
Yeah, Boomer is that fun kind of like the dumb sidekick.
Yeah, but he's... Yeah, like, I hated him in the book.
Yeah.
I love him in the show.
Yeah.
Because they kind of change his character completely,
yeah,
in a good way.
It's PC personified, I guess, in a way. You can probably get away with a lot more writing in a book than obviously in a TV show these days, in terms of stereotypes and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, we brushed over in the beginning, this book said gay rights, because Langston has a boyfriend.
Langston has a boyfriend.
And it was funny, there was a moment, I think...
And, like, also, again, like, so good of a book of its time, because
I was going to ask, when was this book made?
Oh.
Or published?
Oh, no, this is leaking.
Oh, no.
No, sorry. I don't know, let's say I'm going to take a guess and say 2013.
Oh, originally published 26th of October, 2010.
Oh.
Interesting. Again, with the stereotypes, you could probably get away with it a bit more.
Yeah, but also gay rights.
Gay rights, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to say before, I don't know if Lily was talking to her aunt or maybe even Mark or maybe her brother or something. I probably think it was Langston. She's like, oh, because Langston initially started this whole thing. He wrote the first lot of notes and whatever. So obviously the book's about like the gay sex.
Well, he must have told her what to write, because Dash says like, oh, this is a girl's handwriting. Yeah. Unless we've just experienced a plot hole. I don't know. No, I mean, it could be, but I don't know, because specifically like, oh, it was Langston's idea. Yeah. So, I think, it was his idea. And,
just to fart us around and write it down. But yeah. And, because, Lily also had a moment where she realised, because Langston's cuts paragraphs and stuff from, I don't know, some sort of clippings. And so she has this moment where she's like, oh, what if Dash is falling in love with like Langston's writing and like would have had him or would have probably liked him or something. It was just that moment was just funny. Yeah is all, because it's like, are we really having the gay talk right now? And like her aunt, the rich aunt, I love that. I strive to be like that. Yes Aunt Ida. Yes. But then like Lily calls her
Mrs. E. Basil.
Mrs. E. Basil,
Yes, which is never explained, but
like I don't know why. Like
I don't understand.
I understand in the book world each character has their own kind
characterization
and the way they do things, kind of like how we ourselves probably do like little weird kooky things to ourselves, and it's like, I don't know, in a book it's cringeworthy. I don't know, it's like
I think sometimes it is hard to translate like the individual
or the inside jokes,
like the individual nuances of a person. For that seems normal in day-to-day life, but then you write about it like, that's really weird, like
or silly, or because like, why would you call your Aunt Mary and like they call Grandpa's girlfriend Glamour. It's like, why? Also, sorry if this recording is a little bit out of whack, because we've had a lot of like interruptions this episode. That's okay, it's not your fault. I suppose also just throughout the book, she is left under Langston's care, as we've established, and like he's conveniently sick throughout the entire thing as well. Yes. Poor guy. Conveniently, because he was left under the stars with his boyfriend. Cute. Yeah. But like in winter in New York. Yeah. And but like he also sounds really mean to her as well, because like, I don't want to, maybe like I didn't really want to babysit type of vibes, but it's like, you're not even really looking after your sister. Yeah. The only family member I think that actually cared about Lily was the aunt, and even like cousin Mark, because he's very apprehensive about like Dash and his intentions. But even when they were in the basement, it's like Lily wanted him to like unlock them.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Dash is like making a move on me or filling me up or something. And he's like, I don't care. Whereas earlier in the book, Mark would have like smacked him out or something like that.
And the guy who's playing Santa is like, I don't like him, Lily.
yeah. All these signs are pointing to not liking this guy, but I suppose you got to give him a chance. Again, the whole perception of, well, you trust a book writing Dash.
Yeah.
And I thought Priya in the beginning had a crush on Dash.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, I want to hang out with you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he's all like making these excuses. But
I'm going to Sweden.
But maybe she's just also looking out for him with the whole Sophia thing as well. Maybe she wants them back together. I don't know.
Or maybe she's just being a friend.
Yeah, maybe. But it was nice that Dash and Sophia had a chat, had a good conversation about where each other stood. And although there was a moment where it did feel like Dash was gonna like kind of they reunite with each other in a way. Backslide. Yeah. Love a good old backslide.
Yes.
And yeah, and then I just thought, wow, does like the whole chasing Lily or scavenging after Lily, is that like meaning nothing anymore?
Yeah.
Is this like fuckboy behavior? Like,
I know, I was quite concerned.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just Dash's arrogance and intelligence was really off-putting.
Yes.
Like, I kind of did not like the guy at all. Although he did take initiative with the whole boot thing, and he went around really smart. Like, oh, where's Mark? Where's Madame Tussauds chick? Where is Santa? You know. So yeah, in that regard, but then again, it probably all boils down to messy divorce. He's just a sad kid, probably. He's taking it out on the world, assaulting children with snowballs.
Fair.
But yeah, maybe I just don't like him as a character. Overall, again, charming book. For a YA folks, sure, this is a nice book to read.
And charming, nice, niche,
Very
nothing
niche.
happens.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
No real consequences other than the getting to know each other in jail.
Yeah.
It's giving the song Cop Car by Keith Urban. But yeah, I suppose that's the book.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I feel like I came in a bit unprepared. Like, I don't know. It was a nice Christmas book, and it was a very good suggestion, Kenzie, but I don't think I'll read it again anytime soon.
You also said that about House of Night, so I'm sensing a bit of a pattern. You're not really matching my enthusiasm for these books. And I did pick all the Christmas books. Everything, just this half of the year, everything's failing. This next year, though.
Next year's going to be top tier.
Yeah.
I'm actually really enjoying what I'm reading so far.
Oh, good.
I'm kind of enjoying reading.
Good.
Maybe I am just being impatient because I want to read that book that I'm reading right now.
Yes.
I want to finish it. I want to prioritize it, but I got to get through the Christmas stuff first.
Yes.
I'm sure next week will be John Green and Co. Let It Snow.
Yes.
That rhymed. Look at me go.
And also, this is not going to be in the correct timeline for the podcast releases, but next week is my birthday.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Next week in real life.
In real life. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day.
Yeah.
And I hope the folks at home, whoever's listening, think you have a nice day as well. I don't
thanks,
know.
everyone.
Also, we got Spotify Wrapped. We're pretty wrapped with what we got.
Spotify Wrapped. Should we quickly go over some stats?
Sure, why not? Just to add extra time, because I'm done with this book.
Yeah, it gets like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's also a really warm day here, so
yeah,
we get tired.
And we were just busy this morning, and I'm tired.
So, Letterboxd Book Club, we were 56 fans top podcast, so number one.
I know, I was one of them. It was number one on mine. Mm-hmm. I'm my own biggest fan.
We were in the top 5 podcasts of 294 fans, and in the top 10 podcasts of 482 fans. We were heard in 57 countries.
That's insane.
So, yeah, our top 5 countries were United States, India, Australia, Germany, and the United Kingdom. And our podcast was in the top 10% of most shared globally.
Yeah,
podcasts,
that's pretty cool.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
So, and then to break that down even further, 62% of that was the direct link shared. 16% of that was shared over Snapchat, 9% over Instagram, 7% other, which is I'm assuming like text or something. And then 6% was WhatsApp.
Yeah, which is very obscure and a very niche.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's really cool. We call ourselves just a dinky little podcast, and like, you know, you look at kind of the stats on like the Spotify thing, and it's like you don't see it really kind of going anywhere.
You, like, where it's being listened to, but it doesn't tell you like how many people are listening or anything. Yeah.
So it's really nice to just kind of, I don't know, it gives us a bit of confidence going into next year as well.
Yeah.
Gives us something to strive for.
Yeah.
And yeah, look at us go, the dinky little podcast.
Yeah.
In a kind of like a niche category, even though even now I see more book podcasts out and about, but like it seems like everyone culminated this idea at like one time. Yeah, which is
like
fine.
A battle royale though.
Battle royale. We can always share. Like everyone has different views and opinions. Like we don't. I don't think I'm better than anybody, and I don't think I'm worse than anybody. Yeah. But like, we're all just existing in our little space. Although
in
the one thing that I
corner of the sky,
exactly in our Australian sky, I just want to be the one to persevere. When everyone else fails, I want us to rise above.
For those I love, I will sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah. I suppose that will be it.
Yeah, that's it for Dash and Lily. I'm going to go and watch the show now.
Yeah, okay.
It's like my comfort show.
I'll find a way to watch the show at some point.
You can use my Netflix.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah. I'll figure it out. It's okay. I will watch the show at some point. Yeah, thanks for listening. Check us out at Letterbox Book Club everywhere. Best find the link in the bio in Instagram.
And don't forget to follow us on Spotify and stuff and give us some stars.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. It's the only time we're going to beg and grovel.
Yeah, please. That's our Christmas wish. Christmas wish.
But yeah, and by the time this is released, it'll be coming close to Christmas, so I hope everyone gets their Christmases organised or holiday season organised, whatever you celebrate, whether it be Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever else. Happy holidays. And link in the bio, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, etc. Yeah, until next time. Next week, let us know.
Yes.
And hopefully it's a lot better than this book. I'm sure it will be.
Maybe
it's strong
I'm scared now.
I'm not. It's okay. If I go through a series of books where I've acknowledged them, you can pop off, be like, I hated this book, Claire. Do not recommend it at all. But this is how you get the recommendations and how you spread your wings in finding things. So I'm happy that I've read it though.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thanks for listening. Bye bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye.